what, man? For what?
The Battle Royale!
God, look at how ridiculous you look with that hat. I love it.
All right, here we go. Here's the Battle Royale. Peter's going to be terrible at this because he's not going to know. If you had the technology to recreate Jurassic Park in 2020, knowing there's a distinct possibility that it might go wrong, which 3 extinct animals would you put in the park? And it's going to be a snake-style draft. Peter, you go first. So you get to pick 3 animals. You get to make your own sort of cool Jurassic Park wildlife zoo. Any 3 extinct species.
Okay.
It could go wrong, but what are you going to pick?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely at a fucking disadvantage. Thanks again, Will, because I didn't make a television show about extinct animals. Just kidding. I actually love Will more than I like either of you two.
Good.
Okay. I mean, I guess, so we're doing the snake thing again. I'm going to go.
He's literally Googling extinct animals right now.
I'm not.
Process.
I'm not doing that.
Take the low hanging fruit.
I'm going with what I know is definitely extinct, and that is a dodo bird. That's the only reason. Is because I know that it's extinct, and I know that maybe it'll look stupid and be funny. So that's
cool.
Pick.
I love the dodo bird. To me, I've multiple times felt sadness that I'll never get to see one because they are so cool looking. It's about a 4 foot tall, dopey, cool looking bird that apparently tasted like poo poo.
Do you know it's a pigeon? It is of the pigeon family.
What?
Yep, the dodo is of the pigeon family.
Forrest, do you know when? Because I'm actually curious. Do you know when the dodo went extinct? It was in modern times, wasn't it? Like this.
Yeah, the dodo went extinct in the mid 1600s, 1662, I believe. And like I said, this is a giant member of the pigeon family, completely flightless, native to Mauritius, and a lot of people think they went extinct due to hunting, and in part they did. Let's be clear. There are old fables of British sailors, rocking up to Mauritius, and they'd grab their cricket bat and go, I'm gonna go dodo bopping, and just walk around and bop a dodo on the head because they were so dumb you could walk right up to them. The main reason they went extinct, and this is something that a lot of a lot of people don't understand, a lot of the literature tends to leave out, I think intentionally, is that they went extinct due to habitat loss, primarily caused by the introduction of pigs. So pigs were brought to the island, super destructive, super invasive, rooted up a ton of the habitats, ate all the dodo's eggs, which are on the ground, and that as well, coupled with the old proper Nigel giving it a head bop, is what led to its extinction.
Well, I had a British roommate in college, and when he was going out to bars to look for girls, he also referred to it as dodo bopping.
Right.
Forrest, why don't you go ahead? Because I already know I'm going to win, so why don't you go second?
All right. We all know the one I'm going to lead with. Patrick, you can guess it, guaranteed. What's it going to be, Patrick? What am I going to guess?
Is it Madagascar?
No.
Oh, I don't know then.
Definitely leading with the Thylacine.
Oh.
So recently extinct.
Yeah, you really are.
Yeah, so recently extinct. My favorite, obsessed with it. We have it in our Jurassic Park zoo. Might get out. If it does, going to be a chupacabra. We've been over this. If not, then we're going to reintroduce them to Australia and Tasmania. Super cool. Want to see one.
That's a great pick. I mean, you can't argue with that. It's, Australian tourists are going to be flocking to your zoo.
No doubt.
You'll be the new Joe Exotic.
Well, I'm going to have all the tourists from New Zealand.
Ooh,
and that's because I am picking the giant moa.
That was my next pick, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, baby. There's a good replacement you can pick, but it's going to be a little shorter because mine is the tallest bird that ever lived. Okay. At 12 feet tall, was native to New Zealand. Yep. I was at the museum. I can't remember where I was. I was on a road trip.
You texted
through New
me.
Zealand.
I remember that.
Oh my God. They have a moa skeleton fully constructed. Just imagine an ostrich that's like almost 3 times the size.
Yep.
Or at least twice the size.
Yep.
Unbelievably huge.
They had those
cool.
They had those in Final Fantasy VII. I forget what Ewoks? I think
Did they have
Ewoks? I don't know.
What?
I don't think so. It's a 12-foot tall
No,
bird,
no.
not a cute teddy bear.
Not a teddy
Ewoks
bear.
from Star Wars.
Fuck off. People who are smart and play video games know what I'm talking about. So
Okay.
But anyway, it was a super cool bird. The moa's main predator was this eagle that would dive bomb from way the fuck up. Correct me if I'm wrong, Forrest. Peck them in the head, make a hole in their head, and then eat this giant 12-foot bird. And then when the Polynesians finally made it to New Zealand, very, very quickly, I think within 100 years, the moa was extinct because they were easy prey, and the Haas eagle went extinct as well because their main source of food was gone.
Well, all correct, very well articulated, and one thing that's really fascinating about that is once the Maori Polynesians started hunting out the moa, the Haas eagles began to prey on Maori. So there are actual accounts of these eagles with these 20-foot wingspans swooping down and hunting like massive, islanders that lived in like old time New Zealand, and then the Maori actually put on a bounty for the moa. They wanted to get rid of the moa because this eagle was coming in and eating children, which is just insane.
That is insane.
that's what my cryptid should have been back in that episode we did about cryptids.
All right, well, I get the next pick since it's a snake draft. I am not going to take the low-hanging fruit of going with a T-Rex or something like that. I don't like surfing. I actually don't love swimming in the ocean that much. I mean, snorkeling's fun. So I'm going to kind of fuck you over here, Forrest, and I'm going to bring back the Megalodon.
Ooh.
I'm going to have this in my zoo, my Jurassic Park.
It's hard not to come
But
to
if it
see.
goes wrong, a few Megalodons make it into the ocean, well, then you're in a Jason Statham movie.
Yeah.
The Megalodon
a really bad one.
is another cryptid, though, right? Isn't that what the Loch Ness Monster is purported to be?
No. You're
Wait,
way
Not
off
even
base.
close.
Yeah.
I thought that's what we
it's way
discussed
off.
in one of the episodes. All right, so describe the goddamn animal then.
The Loch Ness Monster
It's
is
an
supposed
audio
to be a
podcast.
plesiosaur.
Describe a Megalodon. Jesus
How do you
Christ.
not know what this is, Peter?
Have you not seen the movie
I'm
The Meg?
the everyman. People who are listening to this podcast need me because you idiots are so broed together and everything, and you know everything the other people know that I need to be explained
Basically, the Megalodon is a great white shark, essentially, that is way bigger. So up to 34 feet
Yep.
in length.
Okay.
So basically, just take a white shark, double it in size, length, mass, everything.
to. Are they aggressive?
You can get a.
Oh yeah,
I have to think so,
It's
sir.
like a great white shark that's 5 times the size. There's no way it's not aggressive.
There is a famous picture of a megalodon jaw that was intact that was found, and 5 or 6 nerds from the museum standing on the bottom jaw, and it's bigger than it's way above their heads. That's how big the mouth of the megalodon is. So
it could eat
people are going to come to my zoo.
Yeah, sorry.
Watch the megalodon show. And then they're going to go play and frolic with the giant moa.
Okay,
that'll be real fun.
this is good.
you
I
gonna
like
swim
what
with
you're
it?
doing with this. So I'm going to combat it because the only way that my zoo is going to be more popular than Patrick's is if I feel like my animals can beat up Patrick's.
Fair.
So I am going to bring in the Dinosuchus, which was the megalodon of crocodiles. You know me and crocodilians. I'm obsessed with crocodiles. Dinosuchus was 40 feet long, right? Weighing up to 8 metric tons. They lived 110 million years ago. Just this gargantuan crocodile, and arguably the only thing that could ever stand up to a megalodon in the water. So I'm hoping, even though that our zoos are on neighboring Costa Rican islands, more people want to come and see my giant swamp lizard than Patrick's shark in a tank.
Nah.
The largest living crocodile today is a crocodile named Cassius, who's 18 feet.
Well,
long. So it's more than double that.
You guys are way off base if you're trying to actually create a business that people would like to come and enjoy the animals in, because you've done that thing now where you're just creating bigger and meaner animals than one another. Me, the smart one, is going to stick with cute, dumb animals that aren't going to kill you as you view them in the zoo. So I already have the dodo, very cute, could be killed if had to, but I mean, you never would want to. They wouldn't attack
It's a
you,
hunting
though.
zoo.
They would be attacking you. Beside these beautiful dodo birds, dozens, hundreds of dodo birds, we're going to have woolly mammoths, because that's
Nice.
another extinct animal that I actually know.
That will be a big. People will be excited about.
I'm
that.
winning
There's
so
no doubt
far.
about it.
For sure, I'm winning so far.
Interesting call.
Yeah, buddy.
Call.
It's okay. It's okay, guys. I'm making up for
You get
last
another
week's
pick.
fucking cloud of
what's-
nothing that I made.
What's your third? This is your last pick.
Oh, I got to pick another
You've
one.
got dodos. You've got woolly mammoths. What do you got?
So I know that there's some kind of fucking the Tasmanian tiger going
No,
with.
you idiot.
Forrest already picked that, sir.
Oh, he did? Is that the same
That,
thing?
yeah,
that is the thylacine.
Thylacine.
No, fuck off. It's a different name. This is bullshit. I
No,
will
it's the
also
same
have
animal.
Tasmanian tiger.
It's
Okay. All right. I'm switching it
Frustrating.
up. You're frustrating.
It's
What are you talking about? It's frustrating that you use the biological name in a game that is meant for fun for people to listen to. All right, so I got to pick another one. I'm going to go with Japanese otters. That they're like
Yep.
they went extinct recently, and
Japanese
they're
river otter. Yep.
yeah, they're very long, and I love otters, so I'm going with that. It's another cute animal. People can get in the water just like they do with regular otters, but they're like longer, and I think they suck your dick, if I'm not mistaken.
So at your thing, you're gonna have you can get in a hot tub and like swim around with some otters. That's fun.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't need to be a hot tub. It can be just a.
Well, I don't want to be in cold water, man.
It's not gonna be cold. It could be like just regular Atlantic Ocean water in the summer.
Interesting.
cold.
Interesting.
Dude,
look,
my zoo is
these-
by far making the most money so far. So
They're not bad picks, but they're definitely not good picks.
that's not even a thing. That's just your opinion, man.
yeah.
So, Forrest, at your zoo that I would like to visit, Thylacine,
Fuck you.
alongside it, a triple-sized croc.
Correct.
What are you going to add to that?
Ooh, really fun one. A lot of the listeners are not going to know too much about my obsession with this one. It's the only animal I would say that I study that borders on being a cryptid as opposed to just a known extinct animal. Because the last time that we know one of these was around 11,000 years ago. And before I explain what it is, I'm going to pose you this. What is the cutest animal that everybody wants a bumper sticker of, that they compare being lazy to, that they talk about, oh my God, that's my spirit animal?
Donald Trump.
Sloth.
It's the sloth. So I'm going with the Megatherium, which was a giant ground sloth that occurred up to around 11,000 years ago, weighed 8,000 pounds and grew
Holy
20
shit.
feet. Yeah, Megatherium.
There's a hotel called the Grand Canyon Caverns that's near the Grand Cavern, and they actually have a hotel room that's 400 feet beneath the surface in a part of the cavern. There is a giant ground sloth that fell through a hole,
way.
a full skeleton inside the cavern. Yeah.
What is the name of
that's
this hotel? I have to go there.
Grand Canyon Caverns? Weirdly enough, I know the owner. And so I last time when I went to the Grand Canyon to hike, we stopped by and stayed for the night, and we went down into the hotel room because no one had booked it out that night, which is amazing. It's just you have the entire cave to yourself.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
And drank until sunrise, and then I went on a 8-hour hike the next day. But yeah,
All of
very
that
cool
sounds
animal.
great. And just seeing a giant ground sloth, I mean, I'm sure it's, in part a replica, but still, I'm just, oh my God, yes, I want to go there. Let's do Extinct or Alive in that cave.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to close out, and I'm going to essentially win here because the animal I'm going to pick, take a rhinoceros.
Oh boy, I know where he's going.
Make it 36 feet tall.
So 3.5 basketball hoops
I'm
tall.
going to take an animal known as the Indricotherium, otherwise known as the nearhorn beast.
Yep.
You pull
It is
that from
twice
memory,
the
or did you
size
look
of
it
an
up?
African elephant. It looks like a rhinoceros. I mean, look at a picture of, they do like replica pictures of like a man standing next to it. It is the size of a dinosaur, but it is a mammal in the rhinoceros family.
Yep.
I am going to take the Indricotherium. They're peaceful. They're going to just roam around, and you can freely frolic with them.
Roam around and be killed by your other violent fucking animals that you have in your zoo? I mean, how are you going to manage this? You're not thinking about logistics. It's ridiculous.
I'm
You're
going
not
to
going to
hire
make
a
a cent.
logistics guy.
No, you're not going to make a penny off of this. I'm going to be rich with my cute animals.
With your fucking dodo farm. Sure. You'll turn it into a farm within weeks.
Peter, what exists at your extinct animal park?
I have the beautiful, dumb dodo
Yep.
by the hundreds, just walking around like whatever they do, making their noises.
Well, we know your family's going to be there, but what are your enemies?
Oh,
And aside from that, amongst the dodos, there will be enormous woolly mammoths walking around peacefully, enjoying the sun and the dodos.
okay.
Sounds great so far.
Yep.
Yeah.
And finally, after you've had enough of that, you can enter the hot spring, the oversized hot spring, and swim with the
Sounds
extinct
good.
Japanese otter.
Which you don't know the name of.
Right, which
Sure.
is
What
also
are you
just
talking
the
about?
same size and look as every extant otter.
Did you say extant? Extant? Is that
It's the opposite of extinct.
It's a
Extant?
word, Peter.
out
Yeah.
of space? Out of space. That's all I have to say.
All right, and
Meanwhile, at Forest Zoo,
we have the Thylacine, the most iconic Lazarus taxon in the world. Every Australian and Tasmanian is going to flock to Costa Rica, which is where I presume our offshore Jurassic Islands will be, in a massive holding pen where goats will be dangled over, like in Jurassic Park. We have the Deinonychus, a 40-foot-long crocodilian, terrifying, scary, might as well be a ride. It's so terrifying. And then finally, just to put yourself at ease, you get to cuddle with a 40-foot-tall sloth, the Megatherium. Say how adorable it is. It's cute, it's slow, can't do any damage, and it's basically one of those carnival-sized teddy bears.
that's nice.
Yeah, what about you,
once
Pat?
spend-
What's your shit fucking
Yeah.
farm have on it?
So to all the listeners, once you spend about a half day each at Forest and Peter Zoo, come on over. We have 6 days worth of entertainment. So we'll start. Well, you frolic in a field with 40-foot tall mammals called the Indricotherium. They're fun. You're going to enjoy that. Then you'll head inside the aquarium to see the Megalodon show. So triple-sized great
Is that
white.
where you feed the Megalodon family members from the audience, or what do you? How do they put on a show?
We're working that part out, but we will feed them some sort of live human. We just don't know where they'll come from. And then you can head out to the field full of poppies. It's a poppy field,
What a treat.
and you can hang out with 12-foot tall giant moas while you get high off heroin.
You can score your own poppies and fucking.
So if you like our Battle Royale, go onto iTunes, leave us a comment, tell us whose zoo you would visit first and foremost, and why, which animal tickled your fancy. Obvi, you're going to want to come to my zoo. I am the extinct animal guy after all. Just wanted to point that out.
You're way too busy to even be there. Also, my zoo has booze. Yours do not.
Yeah, Forest Zoo is a dry zoo, yes.
Very dry.
So you can come to my dry zoo, Peter's alcoholic zoo, or Patrick's heroin zoo. Let us know online. No matter what, it's going to be fun. We really appreciate all your guys' comments. We're still getting massive amounts of downloads. We're still really high ranked in the comedy and wildlife spaces on iTunes. So we appreciate you guys that are listening and leaving comments. It means the world to us, and we love doing them. So we'll keep up with the Battle Royales. You keep telling us who wins.
One day we'll be back in the same fucking room together. Well, not anymore because Pat moved to the East Coast, fortunately.
I'll come back to do the podcast, mate. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go do Ithaca stuff. It's Friday night.
Gross.
That sounds sexual. Ithaca stuff on a Friday night.
Also, Ithaca's a terrible upstate New York shithole. Sorry.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.
All right, Forrest, I'll call you tomorrow. Let's talk about, you better figure out how to drive this fucking ROV because I don't trust Mitch to do
Yeah,
it.
100%.
All
There's
right.
no way.
Call me after you do your ROV class tomorrow or whatever it is that you're doing.
Will do. Peter, you stay sunburned.
All right, man. Please wear a shirt to your ROV class. We don't want you getting hurt.
I shan't. I shall not.
He would never.
Good night. Love you,
Good night.
listeners.
You guys
Good
suck.
night, guys.
Good night.